HarperCollins presents Proto, How One Ancient Language Went Global, by Laura Spinney, read by Emma Spurgin Hussey. For Richard. Men go abroad to wonder at the heights of mountains, at the huge waves of the sea, at the long courses of the rivers, at the vast compass of the ocean, at the circular motions of the stars, and they pass by themselves, without wondering. The Confessions of St. Augustine, circa 400 CE. Prologue. It was 2021, and David Anthony was recalling a project he had been involved in a little over a decade earlier. In the summer of 2010, he and his wife and fellow archaeologist Dorcas Brown had joined a Ukrainian-American team excavating in the steppes south of Donetsk, in still peaceful eastern Ukraine. From prehistoric burials, they extracted 66 fragments of human bone. These they subjected to state-of-the-art tests, learning much about when the individuals concerned had lived and what they had eaten. The dig ended, and Brown and Anthony returned to their usual place of work, Hartwick College in New York. The bone fragments had given up all their secrets as far as they were concerned, and they put them in a drawer. That drawer closed and stayed closed for 10 years, said Anthony. One day, out of the blue, he received a call from David Reich, a geneticist at Harvard University. Reich explained that his team had developed a method of extracting and reading DNA from ancient human bones, and he asked Anthony if he had any bones on which he could test the method. The drawer opened again, and in a way, so did prehistory. This is an amazing revolution, Anthony said, of the way that conversation had changed his life. It's just incredible. He paused, visibly moved, and went on. Archaeologists could now go into an ancient cemetery and determine the hair, skin, and eye colour of the people who were buried there. They could discover how those people were related, not only to each other, but also to people lying in distant cemeteries, and whether they shared diseases. For the first time, they could confidently identify migrants in the archaeological record. It changes the whole ball game, said Anthony. The ball game he was referring to was the study of prehistoric languages, and one prehistoric language in particular, the one whose descendants are spoken by nearly half of humanity today, the one to which he dedicated his career, the one that ancient migrants carried far and wide. Introduction. Ariomania. The most powerful god in the ancient Indian pantheon was Father Sky. His name was Deaushpita, literally Sky Father in Sanskrit. For the Greeks, the chief deity was Zeus-Pata, Zeus for short. The Romans deformed the d sound of the original sky word to give Eupita, or Jupiter. In Old Norse, the d morphed into a t, so that the Vikings recognized a thunderous god called Tjur, whose name in closely related Old English was Tju. Tuesday is a day of the week that English speakers dedicate to a god of weather and war. Sanskrit, Greek, Latin, Norse, and English are all descended from a much older language, Proto-Indo-European, from proto meaning first, and Indo-European, the family to which those languages belong. The speakers of Proto-Indo-European, who might only have numbered a few dozen to begin with, lived between Europe and Asia in the region of the Black Sea. They, too, worshipped Father Sky. About 5,000 years ago, their language exploded out of its Black Sea cradle, spreading east and west and fragmenting as it went. Within 1,000 years, its offspring could be heard from Ireland to India. The Big Bang of the Indo-European languages is easily the most important event of the last 5 millennia in the Old World.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?